Welcome back to the Old King's Crown. It's round 4. We're playing the short game, and today we're going to learn why turn order is really important. But first, we've got to draw cards. We're currently in first place. Fortunately, though, we did manage to avoid attrition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will suffer it now because we're about to shuffle our deck. Because the sequence is, if you have to draw and your deck runs out, reshuffle your discard pile. Then do attrition, step 2. Step 3, then draw up to your hand size. And I'm already at my new, and it's your new hand size, okay? So I'm already at 5. Now that's a pain, because I now can't use Forged Royal Pardons to pull a card back. In my head, I was thinking it doesn't matter, I'm not going to use this because I'm going to steal one of the Sims Kingdom cards, but as you're about to find out, that's not going to work either. So there are quite a few lessons in this game. Lessons from my blunders. Seems to be a theme of this video. Okay, let's reveal the Sims' new principal threats. And it is, signal fires. That's probably going to hurt a little bit, but there's only one fog. All right, we look at this in autumn. So they're looking for active cards in fog, and they'll gain 3 lore. They've got 1 right now, so that'll put them on at least 4, which is another 2 points. Yeah. So I know they're looking at 16. Okay. This is the plateau. So they're looking to place fog in the plateau. So if we can eliminate them from the plateau, that would be helpful. Right, turn order. They're on 14 lore. We're on 13. They pipped us by 1, and this is where things went a little bit awry for me. And my strategy around particularly placing my faction tokens from the Council of Secrets has kind of blown up. If we were going to another round, we'd be fine, but because it's the final round, this is a problem. Claiming your faction tokens from the Council of Secrets is an autumn action, but you do those in turn order, so Sim's going to go first. They're going to claim all their council stuff before I have a chance to kick them out. So that's why this is dodgy. And I could have gone back in here, but without Merchant's Guild, Battlefield, as I said last time, is useless. But this can be a nice little ploy, and particularly in multiplayer with the Merchant's Guild. But in solo, you're much better off. If you want to generate influence, don't go to Council of Secrets, go to Council of Relics. If you can do Council of Secrets early, then you're good. In a 5-round game or a 6-round game, Council of Secrets is really good. Or if you can stack up enough of in the Council of Secrets early, it can be good. Gaining Kingdom's Favour is a nice one, just to keep the Sim out of here. So placing your tokens here is much better. That would have been good. Yeah, but do it early. Do it early. Say this isn't going to work out for me. Now in my head, I was thinking, do you know what? It's okay. I can use the propaganda advisor. The propaganda advisor, if I stole this from the Sim, says when adjusting the order track at the start of the year, you choose the position of each marker on the track. But of course, we determine turn order now. Turn order is Sim goes first. I can't grab that until we head into spring and I get a chance. Now I can steal propaganda advisor, but it's too late. If we were running to another turn, then fine. Propaganda advisor could work for me. Turn 5, I could make sure, even if I'm behind in influence, that I get to go first on that final important turn. So yeah, propaganda advisor is good. I mean, all these kingdom cards have their own situation where they are good. And this is one of the beauties of this game, is the depth of finding these little tactics that you can use to just make the game, swing the game in your favour. Incidentally, there is a Forge card that lets you play with turn order. So we have Ruthless, for example, which says the Sim is always last on the order track. And then Erratic, the Sim is always first on the order track. But sometimes these Forge cards are not just about making the game harder or difficult in terms of beating the Sim. Sometimes it's just about reducing the complexity. Here's one of my favourite ones, while we're talking forward. Intentions masked and intentions gleaned. So intention gleaned says reveal the ambition card for the round before placing bid. So I would reveal it now. So I would show you exactly what was in first place, second place, third place. Intentions masked. This says when drawing an ambition card, draw it from the bottom of the deck. Okay, now this is nice. So right now I know that they're going to be bidding across swords, and I know they're heading for the plateau, but we could keep this all completely hidden, right? So it's not until later that we then draw from the bottom, and then we get a read on what they're doing. So if we want to play against a sim who's got a very good poker face, intentions masked. There's a similar one here, look. It moves unseen. This time it's drawing its scheme card from the bottom, or it moves in the open. Reveal both the scheme and the ambition card at the same time. So you can really change things up, use them in combination if you wish to have it unseen and masked. Use both. Another use of Council of Secrets, and this time in solo game on the battlefield to speed up. If you're playing with Strange Towers, for example, this says you're going to place a lore token on 3 different random locations. Let's say the battlefield gets one. When a player would claim the location reward from a location with lore on it, remove it instead. So this is the way to kind of speed that up. So there is a reason there to place a faction marker on the battlefield. If you look at Sentry Towers, this time it slows the sim down on claiming its rewards. So every forge card has a kind of equal and opposite effect on its reverse for hot and cold. And when we did the design on this, it was great fun building these, but also working out the flip side effect so that they would be equal and opposite. Obviously, you can't have both sides of a forge card in play at the same time, but you could, have some heat from here and negative heat from here. That works. And you'll find some very interesting combinations. Sometimes these things synergize, sometimes they don't. And again, just build your sim how you want to build it, and really experiment with these and share some builds that you've done yourself. Okay. Plundered Vaults, for example, adds some more jeopardy to the bid. If the sim resolves its bid first, it gains an influence. Okay, and for you, resolving your bid first gains you 1 influence. Right. So ways to kind of add new little elements into the game, and just adding just something like this into the game will really change the way you play. I hope players will really get into the forge and start sharing some of their builds. It's great fun, great fun. Okay, so when I was thinking about bidding really high for Advisor, but obviously I can't, it's too late, it's no good to me. Forge Royal Pardons is no good for me now either. So I might just swap that out. If there's something better than Forged Royal Pardons, let's have a look. Endless Library's nice. Faction cards with exactly 1 printed lore, gain 1 lore. I'm actually thinking now, if I'd have gone to the Wilderness, that might have been a better option. I'm thinking if I can pile on the lore, this would have helped me pile on the lore, possibly 2 more times even. The thing is, if you empty your site of power, you do get to convert lore into influence, but again, in a short game of 4 rounds, that's highly unlikely. But I think maybe Book of True Names, that's possibly something I could do something with. Or I could steal. And Siren's Pool is nice. We could relocate the Sims Herald. They're probably going to go plateau. So we could move it and potentially steal. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to steal this. But I'll have to bid high, otherwise they might discard it before we have a chance to steal it. But they're going for crossed swords, which means they're going for Ruined Citadel. Do I want to bid though? I might just keep my cards and not bid for anything. Let's bid my 5 and then we'll decide. Right, should we reveal? They get the 10. Alright, so they are going first. And the arrow on this card is now important. If they go left, I'd lose this. If they go right, we lose this. So it's important. I want them to go right. They did go right. Okay, so cross swords to the right. And the other option was they could have stolen, but they didn't. They didn't. Okay, there's only one with the cross swords. That's Ruined Citadel. Places it to the right. This one goes. It'll occupy it with its bidding token, which was 10. Now it gets its bonus. So for books, it's going to place an influence in the council matching its ambition, which this time is cross swords. A bit late for it, but it's going into the Council of Oaths. Okay. And then it also gains 1 law. And then for cross swords, it moves 1 supporter token from the lost pile to its board. Okay, so the cross swords get its supporters. Now it's us. Do I want to, do I want Siren's Pool? Or do I want to use this card? I'm just wondering actually whether I could be a bit sneaky with Siren's Pool. It might be a little bit more interesting. Maybe I will steal. My 5 beats their 2. Let's do that. Right, that's discarded. That's discarded, so I'm going to throw that one. Occupy it with my 5. And the 7 now comes to my hand, so that's not a bad thing. It's a captain, so like the War Machine, I can still give it flank if I want to. Yeah, that's not such a bad thing after all. Okay. We'll refresh this, though it's kind of academic at this point. We've got remote bodies and white watchtowers. The remote bothies would really work for me. If you have no law in your supply, gain an influence, otherwise gain a law. I mean, that's every spring. That's the beauty, isn't it? You can tell the designer has grown up in Scotland. Remote bothies. You probably already know, but bothy is particularly common in Scotland, where you'll find these shelters that are free for anyone to use. You know, just ramble up and take shelter in a bothy. Okay, place heralds in turn order. Sim goes first. So they're going to the right of the plateau, which means the battlefield. Yeah, Merchant's Guild here is a nice little combo. I mean, the Sim's not aware of it, so they'll happily place their herald here where the Merchant's Guild is, and you can just trigger this off. And if you do have your faction tokens here, you could get an extra law from it if you do it early multiple times. So yeah, Merchant's Guild is nice. Every little card will change up the way the game plays in some way, which is just fantastic. White Watchtowers. +5 strength to your bidding and occupying cards. When you're first to resolve your bid, you may gain 1 influence. Okay, so we saw a Forge card that worked a little bit like that, yeah? Plundered Vaults or Hidden Trinkets. Imagine if you had these in combo. To see how these things can really change up the game. There's so much replayability in the Old King's Crown. It seems like a simple concept from the outset. You're bidding for regions, winning rewards. Straightforward, right? No, this is not a straightforward game. So much depth. Okay, where am I going to place my herald? I think I'm going to place it in the castle. They've got Highlands in second place, and I know they've got a silver and a bronze card, so this is not going to get gold. If they draw gold, it's going to go here. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be strong. Maybe the plateau, and I can use Siren's Pool to pull the herald over with me. Yeah, I like this. Okay, place cards. Sim's going to place their cards first now. So, final turn, we will have a little bit more intel on what's going where. Right, let's draw cards for the sim. So they're taking a silver, a bronze, then we shuffle up the deck. And remember, they do not suffer attrition. Now, shuffling these decks is hard, so try and do it as carefully and as blindly as you can, because you might be tempted to stop when there's a card you like the look of on top, but don't. I'm just going to shuffle and then cut. Okay. All right, so we got a silver where they didn't get a gold card. Right, this was the first silver out. So silver first, then the second silver, then the bronze. And they're going plateau, highlands, lowlands. Plateau, highlands, lowlands. Now there is a forge card here that helps, and you might want to use this one. It does add a little bit of heat. It's called Eat the Weak. When the Sims deck is empty and it shuffles its discard pile to create a new deck, remove one random bronze from it and place it in the lost pile. And if there are none, remove a silver card. So it will strengthen its deck. In a particularly short game, you're not going to see this very often. There's also Eat the Strong, where it throws away a gold card. So it will evolve its deck, aside from its lost pile, to get rid of some weaker cards if you use Eat the Weak. Right, so we've got silver, silver, bronze. Let's think about what I want to do. I'm pretty sure that silver that was left was an 8. I don't know what the other one's going to be. It could be an 8. It could be a 5. Yeah, in fact, that Highland silver is probably a little bit more dangerous than the one in the plateau. Yeah, that's possible. But it looks like a good spot for my 9 as it goes. I think that's an 8 for sure, which means there's no bother. And they've got 4 supporters now, so they could put 12 here. So if I put my 10 and some supporters in here, that should be good. And then bronze in the lowlands. Was that a 3? I think it was a 3 left. So this should be an easy win. Down the bottom, I should be able to win all 3 regions, just because of the way their cards fell. Yeah. All right, they had a stonking turn last time, but I think we might just have them this time. Is there any reason not to put the storyteller in? I was looking at it as law, but I've got 2 law here, 2 forces. So I could have got another law. I could have got another side power card. Another round, I probably would have gotten them all. I'm just wondering whether I ruse this and keep my 9 and 11 here. In case of ties, I don't think there's going to be ties anywhere. I'm feeling pretty confident. It's those councils that are a problem. That should be okay. Let's do this. Right. I'm going to keep them face up, but for the sake of the video, when we come to resolve, I might flip them face down. All right, in turn order, spring action steps. So they're going first, which is quite helpful because they're going to tell me where they're going to place their supporters too. So they're scheming after the plateau. Let's see if that's what they do. They do go for the plateau, but 1 in each. Now we've got 4. So the way this works is, because it's 1 in each and plateau's first, you just go in a circle, no matter how many there are here. Plateau, lowlands, highlands. Okay, so plateau, lowlands, highlands, plateau, and if you have more lowlands, highlands, you just go like this. So plateau's getting 2. So they could have 8, 9, 10. I just need 1 supporter here, don't I? That's 11. Let's start with New Haven's Harbour. We'll use New Haven's Harbour. I might just do this and then put 3 up here. Now would have been a good time for School of Storms. Have a stonking final turn. I'm going to use Siren's Pool, choose a location, move any number of heralds to that location, discard this card. Okay, we're going up to the castle. We're going to bring their herald up with us, do some funky stuff with that. And then, of course, this occupying card goes back to my hand. So we've managed to stave off attrition through some card play. We get Haul Upon the Waves back after all. Yeah, that worked out just fine. Okay, the next piece of good news is I get to place the clash markers. And remember, really the only thing that I'm thinking about here is sea lanes and adding flank if I need to. I don't think I need to. I think the only one that's possibly dodgy, I'm sure that's a 3. I don't think it's their ruse. I think they've already played their ruse. Maybe I'll play this first because I've got a captain here. I could flank it away if I needed to. I'm pretty sure I know what's here, but then I'll play my ruse last and we'll see how that changes things. No, this is the wrong way around, isn't it? This should be... I should be doing this one first. Yeah, I do this one first, then I use Prophet of the Waves to pull my Herald into here. Yeah, this is the way to do it. And also I can get a card in a cancel with the castle. Yeah, I'll do Highlands first. All right, so I'm happy with this. Lowlands, Highlands, Plateau, which is 1. Oh, this is fog. 1 fog from Signal Fires in Plateau. Yep. That's it. Do you see how all these cards work together? Isn't it nice? He says, blowing his own trumpet. All right, this is what he's scheming. Yeah. Okay. Happy? I'm happy. Right, clash markers done. Let's resolve clashes, starting with Lowlands. Okay, so this should be an easy win. This should be a 3. Job done. Oh, no. It's their ruse. I thought they'd already played their ruse. Oh, that must have been their gold ruse. Yeah. Oh, that's really scuppered things. Well, it's only one region. I might end up losing this one. They go first. Daytime effects. If this is active in the current clash, the sim draws the top 2 cards of its deck. Well, I know the top card is bronze. The next one's gold. Okay, then we got bronze. Typical. They're going to play a gold card. This one's discarded. That's carvings. Why did I think that was a 3? Yeah. In filming as well. I know you're learning from my blunders, but I am finding it harder to keep track of what's where. Okay, the other card is carded. Right, this is going face down, and that ends their day actions. Now, this is a rule that is easy to get wrong. They finished. They don't reveal this yet. We still have to finish the day action step. Okay, which means it comes to us in turn order. So it's us next. I don't know what this is, and I'm not going to have a chance to respond to it. So any of my day actions that are out here now, I can't use them again. I can't go back to my day action step. But when this gets revealed, if I put a face down card in, then and it's got a day action on it, I can. That's done in turn order. So if this has a day action and I put one in, or if they put multiple cards face down, they all get resolved in. If they've got day actions, the sun, then we resolve them in turn order. Okay, as if it was like a fresh day, if you like, new dawn. But for now, I've got to do my day actions without knowing what this is, and that could be deadly. I mean, I'm winning at the minute. Oh no, they've got 2. I think their lowest is a 6 on gold, and they've got a 3, haven't they? But that's just another ruse. So they could have 3, 4, 5 at least. Then billing in another card. But what are the odds? Yeah, I mean, it could be a 5 with deadly. So 5, 6, 7. Oh no, that's in the lost pile. So it could be a 6, but it could be a 13, right? And I don't want to use shapeshifters. Mirror. I mean, even if I deadly this, they've still won because they've got a supporter here. I think all I can do is run away and let this fall. Yeah, let's use sea lanes. We're going to give our branded CF flank. It is a captain. We're going to, then it's got flank, so it can flank away. In fact, we could just use the Wandering Embassy here. We've any number of active cards with flank into a council. I'm going to do that. This guy's running to a council, so a combination of clans effects. I've got this into Council of Relics. Council of Relics. 1 vote in the Council of Relics. Okay, all right. Now we're done. Now they reveal. Let's hope it's just something simple like a I was going to say like a 13 or 11. It's not. It's their monolith. Okay, so if there were any other day actions now, it would do this first anyway before they kicked in. Reveal a threat, and then if this region has no fog, place fog in it. Is that probably the worst outcome? I think that's probably the worst outcome, because this is going to potentially impact the plateau as well. Right, this is going to get a secondary threat in play, and it is, oh no, knives drawn. All active cards in region with fog gain deadly. Ouch, the plateau's getting deadly. Wow, the sim is pulling out some surprises and fighting back. This gets fog. Oh, sim, you are being wily here. You are being wily. Wow. And then, of course, they win in the region, so they gain a favour, which puts them up to 15. And they're claiming Necropolis, which means they discard the top 3 cards. And yeah, there's a gold. There's a gold. And these get shuffled. There's only 1 gold, so that's going back on top. So they've gotten rid of their silver and bronze. And we've got a couple of golds coming up. Now that shouldn't hurt us. It shouldn't hurt us unless there's more surprises that we haven't figured on. Yeah, we'll see. All right, 15-13. They're stretching their lead, and more importantly, they've now put deadly in the plateau with that fog. Let's see, shall we? Right, that's done. I'm actually going to turn these face down. We're going to resolve this one next. So we've got our ruse. What have they got? It's sculptures. It's an 8. All right, I've got my 9. I think we should be good. Oh, hang on. They've got 8, 9. They've got 9. There's no fog up here, so I think we should be okay. Day actions. They have none. I've got ambush. So yeah, I definitely want ambush in this one. Or even storyteller. Oh no, I've used my Wandering Embassy already, so I can't do this again. And I can't use sea lanes again. Remember, they're once per round. Okay, yeah, so I don't think it matters. I'm going to put my 9 in. 9. So I've got 9, 10, 11, 12 versus 9. 12 versus 9. Yeah, that'll do it. But I do have a council, 1 vote in Council of Relics, which I can discard. It says, whenever resolving your held reward for each of your votes you discard from here, gain 1 influence. So that's 1 vote, 1 influence. And remember, because of Wandering Embassy, it says, whenever any of your cards are removed from a council, you may move them to your hand. So Branded Sea is going back to my hand. Get 1 influence, 2 influence because of my herald, 3 because of the vote. So I get 3 influence and I get to steal 1 from them. Pretty cool. 3 for me. Okay, happy with that. And let's change that back out. I get to steal 1 from them. Nice. Alright, that's the result. And I get to claim a reward, obviously. So govern with 1 card that's either active or in your hand. So I can govern with my 9 now. If I do, discard all other cards at the chosen council. So I'm going to govern at Council of Secrets. Govern at Council of Secrets. Discard all other cards and all their influence, which counts as cards. Beautiful. Remember, I can add these back to my hand because Wandering Embassy is my friend. And there we go. We have resolved the Highlands. Last one then, Plateau. This is the one that's got fog, so they've got deadly. I've got my air. I should be okay here. There should be a result, but what is here? What have they got with deadly? It's another sculptures. Okay, so 8 with deadly is going to kill my air. They don't have any daytime effects. I do. I'm going to use Shapeshifter's Mirror. Right, so that's used. I'm going to turn this into Snowdrop Scouts with a shield. Oh no, hang on. Think. More than that, no. I'm going to copy their agents. Okay, so this is a strength 10 agent. So we both have deadly. And I'm doing this because of signal fires. But before we do, there's one day effect I've not used yet, and that's Prophet of the Waves. So let's use that. Move my herald to a location in the current region up to 2 supporters from other regions. So my herald is coming to the battlefield. I'm going to bring 2 supporters with me. Right, that's my day actions done. Night actions, we've both got deadly. So he's eliminated. They're both going to the lost pile. My air is a copy of this, remember, so the poppet doesn't have anything that's stopping it. Deadly is killing each other, so my air is going to the lost pile. That's fine, which leaves me with 4 strength, and then with 2 we're still victorious. Nice. So I'm going to claim my reward. I'm claiming the battlefield, so I get 2 influence plus the 1 for my herald is 3 influence. Okay, beautiful. I'm up to 20. I think that's it. Autumn. Sim goes first. And this is where turn order has kind of messed me up, but I think I've recovered. Sim's looking for autumn actions. So they've got signal fires. Before Sim rallies enemy cards, if there's 1 or more active cards in a region with... there is now. Fog. Shoot. I was thinking, or in my head all the time, I was thinking I need to eliminate their cards from the plateau, but we added fog down here, didn't we? So signal fires is still going to trigger. They're going to gain 3 lore. So maybe I didn't rescue things as much as I thought I did. Man, they're at 5. Hey, that's it. That's for their autumn actions. And we don't do the councils until after they govern. So they're going to govern. And they're placing 1 more vote in the Council of Oaths. They've got 2 here now, but so have we. So they don't have the most. They're going to recover 2 supporters from the lost pile. But that's okay. That's not going to help them in any way. But now when they journey, they get 1 more law. That puts them up to 6. Right, that is significant. Now, the good news is we did manage to clear out Council of Secrets. So we saved ourselves quite a few points there. Happy with that. As for me, I could govern and journey now, but I don't really want to. I mean, I could, if I wanted to put, I could journey for 2. That's not going to get me anything. The storyteller, I could put another vote in the Council of Secrets and have 2 here, and then place 2 faction markers, say, up in the castle, claim this reward. But of course, I don't get the influence. All I get to do is govern with an active card or one that's in my hand. I'm kicking them out of a council, but it's too late. They've already done their thing. And I didn't need to. I claimed the castle. That was good enough. So really, there wasn't anything to be done here. So we could claim this if we wanted to, but it really is kind of too late. And I don't think, there's nothing else I can do. I think that's the end. I think that's it, guys. I think we have completed autumn. There is 1 more effect in winter. So we will tidy up and count our final score. We've got 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. The sim, yeah, they're behind. We have been victorious. They've got 5, 10, they've got 14 plus where the fog dwells. They will move 2, 2, 2. They're going to get 3 more. And that's it. 20 plays 17. We are victorious by 3 points. That was a marginal victory. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now you can actually, let's have a look. If we look, trophies and high scores. So heat was 0. We do get a shield. We won by 3 points. So we're in the wood column. We only got a wood column. But we're here. We're at the 0. We got a wooden shield. That's our trophy. A nice wooden shield. To get bronze, we need 10 or more points. 3 didn't quite cut it. But I'm happy with that. Achievement unlocked. We've got ourselves a nice wooden shield against the sim. There we are. You could also calculate your high score, but you need a heat rating of 1 or more because you'll multiply by your heat. So you need to go into the red. You need to get these forge cards in to start racking up a high score. Okay, so at the moment we're on 0, but if your heat's less than 0, then you've got a negative score. But there we go. We're at 0. Irrespective because of our 0 heat. There's pre-built sims. Give these a go. Okay, so if you find things hard, go with Quintain. Next step up is to go with Strange Rider and tell us how you get on. Or forge your own custom sim. I'd love to hear how you get on. Thanks for watching. That was the Old King's Crown. And what a beauty it is on the table. And a real puzzle to play solo. Even the sim can surprise us every now and again and give us a wonderful, dramatic game. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.